What's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Lauren Thomas, Lauren Nicole, LT on TV, whatever you want to call me. I'm really excited that you guys decided that, hey, you're going to spend a few minutes listening to what I have to say. Let me just tell you a little bit about this video. So I've been getting phone calls and text messages and questions from friends and family like, hey, I got a niece, I got a nephew, I got a little cousin, somebody who is interested in journalism, whether it's broadcast journalism, whether it's digital publications, newspaper, whatever. And do you have any tips for them? Well, I think I do. So here's a little bit about me. I've been in news for 7 years professionally. Started in Charlottesville, Virginia. Have been in Columbia, South Carolina for the past 5 years, working at a CBS affiliate here. And so what I do is I'm a multimedia journalist, an MMJ. And you'll hear that term if you're interested in getting into broadcast journalism. That person does it all. They're a one-man band. They write, shoot, edit, present the news, whether it's on air, online, social media, whatever. So that is my role, and that is a role that you'll see a lot of openings for probably if you ever want to get into this field and are just starting out in this field. So I have a few tips for my starting journalists, my budding reporters, and I think that this might help you. Now, I don't have all the answers. I ain't got all the answers, Sway. I don't. But I think these little tips, these 5 tips will help you out if you're starting out on your journalism journey. Number 1, this is a passion-driven field. And what do I mean by that? I mean that this is a field where you're going to have to do a lot of work, probably not going to get paid a lot of money starting out especially. You're going to have to grind, and it's a field that's not going to love you back the way that you love it. Just want to let you know. Passion-driven field. So get into it for the right reasons. If you're interested in being on TV, if you're interested in the fame, if you're interested in having followers and whoop whoop all that, this ain't for you. Just being real. Number 2, writing is very important in this field. Whether you're writing for broadcast, writing for a newspaper, a digital publication, online, social media, you're tweeting out. It is very important that you know how to write. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a Nobel Peace Prize winner for whatever dissertation that you write, but just understand how to write, know the difference between effect and how to use that in a sentence. Okay? Know the difference. It's important. Number 3, get the basics down pat. This is an ever-changing field. This is a field where, it started out just newspaper, and then it came into television. What's television? Radio, broadcast, all that. Now we have online, and no one knows, like, the sky's the limit of where this profession is going to go, but it is needed forever. Just want to let y'all know that. But understand this is an ever-changing field. You got to get the basics down. So you got to know how to write. You got to know the concept of using cameras, understanding how to edit, getting that down pat, understanding how to present yourself. That's very important. And if you have those basics and you know how to ask the right questions, the basic who, what, when, where, and why, and how, then you're gonna go far. Get the basics down, understand that, work on that. You're gonna go far. Number 4, shoot for the stars, but be realistic. Starting out, you're gonna start at smaller markets. You should start at a smaller market. Make those mistakes at your smaller market in Timbuktu or wherever before you move on up to an Atlanta, New York, a LA. You know what I mean? You have to start. I always tell people start at a smaller market. I started in market 183 in Charlottesville. We played up like we were bigger than 183, and we definitely were, okay? But that was the market number that we were at. And for people who don't understand markets, number 1 is New York, number 2 is LA, number 208, I think it goes down to, or 210 is somewhere in Montana, Glendive, Montana, I think I'm saying that right. Anyways, so understanding that there's a flow for things. You start at a smaller market, work your way up, so that when you get to that next market, you're not having a brain fart, basically, when you're live. So when you move to that next market, you'll understand, you have all the basics down pat. So really it's more about how we continue to do the storytelling in that market. You understand that, okay, it's breaking news. Here are the things that I would do for breaking news. Or understand, oh, here's how I normally would cover this story, because guess what? I've covered this type of story in my last station. And that's really important. Like, I know a lot of people who come into news and they get into a bigger market starting out, but they don't get a lot of opportunities. At my first station, I produced, I reported, I anchored. Like I think one day I had 4 stories that I covered, produced the show, and anchored all in that one day. You're not going to do that in any, larger market, but I got that experience so that if that ever happens again, I won't freak the heck out, because I know, hey, I can do this. Hopefully it won't happen again, but it happened one time, maybe twice, but yeah. But starting at the bottom, just like Drake said, start from the bottom, now we're here. Once you get here, it makes so much more sense. You're happy with the end result, because you've got a chance to learn all this stuff on the way, make those mistakes on the way in front of 5 people versus 5 million. Just saying. Number 5, be yourself. This is a field where you can truly be who you are. Tell the stories of your community. Tell the stories of the people that you interact with on a daily basis. From your perspective, from their perspective, gathering all the facts that you can to make this story great. One thing I always enjoy seeing is a diverse newsroom, whether you have all different types of ethnicities, all different types of socioeconomic status, all different types of backgrounds, sexual orientation, all of that. It's very important to help tell a story correctly and tell the full story. Because that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to get that information out in a way that it makes sense to everyone, and it's the full story. Someone who might have come from a lower income background might understand that story about the person who lost their ability to live in their home now, and now they don't have a home. They understand that a little bit more so. So when they go to ask those questions, when they go to interact with that person, they have that background to kind of draw on and say, hey, I've been there. Help me understand where you are right now. Help me understand how you're feeling. And that allows you to tell a more complete story. It's very important that you don't try to just come into this field and be like, hi, I'm a reporter. This is how I will talk for the rest of my life, and I will present news like this. I'm very stiff. Because real talk, we want to see real people. People enjoy seeing the real you on air, online, on social media, whatever social media you have. And it doesn't matter if you have straight hair, curly hair, long hair, short hair, red hair. Hair is a big thing that I've been going through right now, right? All these different styles you can see on this YouTube page, YouTube channel. I've had a lot of different styles over the years. But one thing that I do is I'm always presentable, always trying to look good on air, because it's important to look good too. But you have to be yourself. Be you. There's a place for you everywhere. There's a place for any type of reporting that you want to do as well, whether it is investigative news, political, sports, entertainment, culture. If you have a love of music and you say, hey, I'm going to take the skills that I learned in my journalism classes, and I'm going to be hyper focused on music, reporting about different artists that are out there. There's a place for you. Don't get bogged down to just being a part of like a CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox affiliate. There are so many different avenues, so many ways to get the news out, so many ways to tell a story and to be a part of different kinds of publications. You don't have to keep yourself confined to a box or what you think journalism or reporters look like or anchors look like, because it's important to just let your light shine through the work that you do. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Subscribe. I'll be giving out some more content. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Ask me, whatever you want to know. I might be able to answer it. I might have to bring somebody else in to answer it. Because again, I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just giving you my limited bit of experience that I've had so far in journalism. Hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys later.